Raiders. Mailbag. Will the team make a move before Tuesday's trade deadline? The Raiders are gearing up to break a tough 4-game losing streak as they face the Bengals this Sunday. But the season's challenges extend beyond the field, especially with the NFL trade deadline fast approaching on Tuesday, leaving Raiders fans with plenty of questions and concerns. Here's a look at what fans want to know from this week's mailbag. Vincent Bonsignor. It's essential to understand the background of both recent hires before making any evaluations. Pierce, who's relatively new to head coaching, served as an NFL linebackers coach for just over a year before stepping into his current role. The Raiders knew he'd face some hurdles, and we're seeing that play out. After this season, the team will need to decide if Pierce's progress merits more time and whether he could guide a young quarterback if the Raiders pursue one in the upcoming draft. Telesco, meanwhile, brings a wealth of experience. Having served as the Chargers GM for 11 years, it was always unrealistic to expect him to transform the roster in just 1 year. The Raiders need to give him time to build something sustainable. Trade rumors. What's the game plan? With the Raiders standing at 2-6, rumors swirl about potential trades as we approach the November 5 trade deadline. Many expected GM Tom Telesco to make moves to gain draft capital. However, The Athletic's Tashan Reed and Victor Fur report that the Raiders may instead hold steady, as management does not see this as the time for a full rebuild. The Raiders dealt Devante Adams last month and have dropped 4 games in a row, so people might think they'd go into full sell mode, Reed and Tafur note. But that doesn't quite fit the situation. Despite being the worst team in the AFC West and a playoff berth appearing out of reach, the Raiders are not planning a fire sale. Sources say they plan to stand pat, given that the team still holds hope for a turnaround next year. Management, including owner Mark Davis, Telesco, and head coach Antonio Pierce, reportedly believe that if they succeed in the 2024 offseason, the Raiders could be competitive again by 2025. Still, fans may feel uneasy hearing this, as the current team does not look playoff-bound. The Raiders' season so far. This season has been riddled with issues, from talent gaps, particularly at quarterback, to injuries and coaching inconsistencies. If the Raiders resist a full teardown, they may still need to consider a new head coach or offensive coordinator to spark a change. On a positive note, Telesco has shown promise, scoring well with his first 3 picks, Brock Bowers, Jackson Powers-Johnson, and DJ Glaze, laying a solid foundation for the future offense. Still, the 2025 season's main priority will be clear: securing a franchise quarterback, a critical area where the Raiders fell short last offseason. Currently, the Raiders sit in the number 6 spot in the 2025 NFL draft order, with opportunities to move up and increase their chances of landing one of the top quarterback prospects. The team's best long-term play may involve taking a strategic hit in the win column for the remainder of the season to improve draft positioning. Calling all Raiders fans. Stay tuned, Raider Nation. The road ahead may be challenging, but if you're ready to back the team, hit that subscribe button and join us for the latest news, insights, and all things Raiders. Let's keep the conversation going as we look toward building a stronger future.